I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will make it into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22.
And now here come the Cowboys. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Get ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over.
It said that we were streaming, but nobody was there.
Push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. And that is incomplete.
Yeah,
he couldn't hold
Kyle
on through
Orton.
the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they
we're
got a few
looking
guys
kinda
that can
bad right
step in
now,
and play right
offense.
away, which is exactly what you want.
Gave up
But
2
they also
sacks so
drafted
far.
for the future as well. They've got some guys who might need a year or two on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half
but
of
somebody
play.
got hurt, I
Second down
believe,
completion
for
got
Kyle
him
Orton to
7.
become the
Now
starter.
here's 3rd and 3. Here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins.
Put that one on
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted,
Yeah, and then he got hurt, and then Kyle Orton came in, and he did good, and that's what started that controversy.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 40.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Rolling to his right. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 25 yards that time.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Incomplete on
That was almost picked.
brings up 2nd and 10.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here on opening weekend.
All the money
as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL.
On so many players.
We'll begin with a good NFC battle at Lambeau. Philadelphia
Yeah, I
taking
remember
on
that, Jeremy.
Green Bay. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one.
He had such a strong arm. But in crunch time, you couldn't rely on
All right,
him.
we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back.
Every time we have something decent, somebody messes up.
Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Prescott's throw going to be caught by Gallup. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Come on!
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Elliott. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Prescott. Over the middle. Cooper with it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. He'll start with a give to Kamara. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
How prolific were they offensively?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Breeze toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Breeze. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part at getting the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Wanted to talk about it at one point.
You can say somebody's name 3 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
But do they truly deserve it? And I was going to bring that game up, Jeremy.
Offense here set to begin the drive.
Jay Cutler was supposed to be hurt
in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
But then he was walking downstairs and looked fine. I remember this distinctly because PTI covered it.
Yeah, I think that.
They had him come all the way downstairs. He also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Prescott escaping the pressure right. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable.
Jay Cutler was not the quarterback. That was a Rex Grossman here. That's when we were hearing every other week that good Rex and bad Rex. What's going on, Zool? How you been, man?
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long.
I really think
that's right, you moved.
Snap, I think you're really onto something there in this passing game.
Everything go okay with that?
Off the ground, and that play it wound up losing yardage.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Now, meanwhile, they go for it. Fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete.
This is just
a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Cool, that's
so
what's
from
up.
the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Jeremy.
They'll try to get the offense
and the first
going with
touchdown
Kamara.
the Bears scored was on a kick return from Devin Hester.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Unbelievable.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
To throw is Breeze. Sanders has it over the middle. He'll be stopped at the 35,
sir.
but not before
I
he
will
picks
put
up
him
7
in my
yards.
top 5 to ever do it.
A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8. At the
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Well, the thing about Devin Hester was he had great vision,
gun, it's Breeze.
and his speed was
It's
incredible.
on the right side, it's Smith.
But he
And they'll
couldn't
get this
really
one down to about the
do anything
20-yard
else.
line.
He really couldn't catch
Now
as
we
well,
get into the psychology
even though they
of the
tried to
whole
put him
thing,
at
because
wide
a lot of
receiver.
teams with a two-score
He
lead
was a
in the third
gadget
quarter,
and gimmick guy.
they almost become
But he was
defensive
good.
with their offense,
He made
just
some
playing
money.
not to lose. I think with this
And as
team,
far
you
as
got
I'm
to figure
concerned,
at
he'll
this point,
go down in
this
the
is
Hall
a
of
great
Fame.
spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this
Yeah,
one off.
Zool, I've been
And
drinking
the
Mountain
Saints are going
Dew
to
and
have a
stuff.
1st and goal as he's able to take this inside
You know,
the
I've been
10
up
to
since
the 8.
1:30 in the
Another
morning,
nice
but
gain, 13
I'm trying
yards
to
that
really
time,
make a
and
push to
another
make this
first down.
stream better, to try to get all the improvements I can.
Working from the
So I
gun,
gotta
it's
do better.
Breeze. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm tired, believe me,
Yeah,
I
that one
feel it.
sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because
My
they are
wife
very
starts her new
gifted.
job
They'll make
tomorrow,
the circus catches,
so I'm trying to
but they make
be a
them
little
out of
quieter.
bounds. That does you no good.
He's
Even
got
if she
it.
don't
And
understand.
he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
She still gets
5
up around
yards that time on
4:30.
the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Yeah, but B, you couldn't do that often when the defense was keying on them. You know, and then you still got the couple seconds the ball hangs in the air.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New
That's right,
Orleans.
Zool. You said you go back to HVAC work, right?
Scoring on
Dakota
the
coming
2-yard
through with the
keeper.
light.
And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
I'd have to say we're all a little bit surprised there because at his age, with his speed, or should I say lack thereof, the only rushing touchdowns I would expect are on quarterback sneaks. But here, he found all of his guys covered, and he said, why not? And by the way, if that doesn't fire up your team
Yeah, I
to
would
see the
never forget
veteran
my
like
days
that
with
risking his
HVAC.
body for the touchdown,
I was on
I
the
don't know
old
what
fired
will.
equipment.
This is Tony Pollard.
I liked it for the most part.
And a decent
was
return
just the
out to the
people I worked for.
27-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out
Well,
of
Dakota,
bounds.
I have no
It's in there
protection.
all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for
What do you want
buying
me to
time
tell
and
you?
extending the play. But you know there's some
If I
really
can't get
upset defenders
protection,
on that
I
one.
can't
They
throw the
thought that they
football
had it.
confidently.
Instead, he was coated in Teflon and
Passes
got
go
away.
wherever they go.
Now the 2nd
I was in the
down
red
throw
zone a
on
couple
target.
times.
And he'll be taken
Dak
down,
was,
but not
hold on,
before
for a
he gets
second,
into enemy
pressured.
territory.
Ball just went
Give
fling,
him 14 on
and
that
it
one,
got
and a
picked
first
off.
down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open, just a little underneath.
Remember,
route, just
all
trying to free
Madden
up some space,
is
and it worked
you're not
awfully
supposed to be
well.
able to win.
Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the
That's
catch
why I'm playing.
to pick up really nice yardage.
If I
Yeah,
put
this
it on
will leave
all
him a
pro,
yard
I'm
short.
unstoppable.
Nice pickup of 9
I
yards
pick and
on
choose who I
first down.
want. to go over 100. At this point, Zoo, I don't know, man. I'm fed up with it.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still
I swear,
good yardage.
Man, it's the most ignorant and stupid thing I've ever seen. In the second to last year, Dak was eligible to be re-signed. They didn't do it.
Get this inside the 30.
They let it go to the last year. Why? All it's doing is cost them more money, man.
Plenty of room in the middle of the field.
I'm fed up with it. Because if they do sign him, he's going to get so much money, the team won't be able to function.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few
I don't think
inches here.
Well, he's smart enough to understand that. I don't think he cares anymore.
And again, it's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
Jesus.
See
what I mean, Dakota? Where's my protection?
Set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, I saw it, Dakota, but we already knew that.
Afford to make any kind of mistakes.
You know, it's like sometimes we need a surprise. Everybody saw that match coming. Ever since they had to team up at EC, well, Elimination Chamber.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
Oh, no, they already said Jimmy G started next year. Unless that's a smoking, what they call smoking mirror, to try to get Justin Fields. They said Jimmy G is the starter next year for San Francisco. The dude, John Lynch, came out and said that today's Friday, like late Tuesday, Wednesday. He said that. If you use Bleacher Report, you can see it right there. I think it's still up. Or at least it was a couple hours ago.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they
That's what I'm telling you, Dakota.
I
can't play like this.
With a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles.
Collins was so bad, I took him and moved him to left guard.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no
His
man's
contract
land.
is
Might
killing
hurt your
me.
punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too
So I
far
can't
for
get
your
rid
field
of
goal
him.
kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Every time I get a good play, it's a penalty.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
We got to keep playing, man.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books.
Hey, Jeremy, stars going again.
Prescott to throw it. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Good work after the catch, going to net them 23 and a first. And Prescott, his 3rd interception.
Who was that throwing it to?
Gardner-Johnson with a pick, and they will set up. Shop at their own 46-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Kamara there with a 1st down carry, but not much running room, and he takes it forward for only a couple. It's 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Again, it's Kamara. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They run it again with Kamara. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And here comes throw number one for the backup QB. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field.
I still hold hope for
Week
Tennessee.
1 of the season. We'll be back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nelson, flush to his right. Completes it right side to Cooper.
I think Tennessee is
a good
going
pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Nelson flushed out right. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Schultz. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's Nelson on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Bad call.
Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll look to throw again. He's going to find Gallup here complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Operating from the gun, Nelson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Nelson throwing on 4th down. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete.
Wow.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is Week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football,
Yeah.
where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for New Orleans, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to
It's bad business.
Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
2 clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 69 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
This one complete to Scott Miller. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Off to Thomas on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
That throw was not going to get him a whole lot, but that
I swear I don't think his
really
feet were
didn't matter,
inside.
did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
On second down now, it's Gibson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
On second down, it's Gibson. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
On 3rd down, Gibson. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his first touchdown of the new season.
About 2 or 3 hours ago.
Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive.
His market for Amazon is getting really big in my area.
To do it. The loss last
they
game,
wanted to build a big warehouse.
This one, cashing it in for 6.
Talk all they want
about 20 minutes from where the stadium is.
I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently.
Definitely has the money.
Whatever they said appears to have worked. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
You know, Amazon has great prices at times,
at the 39-yard line.
But sometimes I question the quality of what we buy.
To a new set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot
Schultz
of
is
people
getting
think
ready
the
to piss me
coaching staff
off.
really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys
That-
are
that
self-motivated.
block
They have a
was
lot of
just
pride in their performance.
Horrible.
Now on 2nd and 13, Prescott.
My
And that
God,
will
man.
fall
They
incomplete.
got Prescott throwing the
they
ball
took a
to
shot
whoever's
there
out
on
there.
what will turn out to be the final play of
I
this
watch
first
other
quarter.
people make
After
that same throw.
7-0 on EA Sports. Third and long for Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
Wow.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. He had a little bit of
No, they're going to show it
turnover
to me.
bug last week.
Or they were going to show it to me. Okay, I had to see it
The
again.
interception's not an absolute disaster, but another
'Cause he
one
was
here, do
open.
you start to get a little worried?
But
You worry
okay,
about your team as a whole because you
I
have to
forgot how
find a way
incredible
to make
Landon
those
Collins
interceptions
was.
quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He'll air this one out deep for Perriman. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Come on, man.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And Washington going to add on to their lead. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Prescott from the gun. His throw incomplete.
Jeremy, I can't rebuild anymore.
Target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I'm trying to see if I can find a way to keep Gallup now. Schultz doesn't block. I can only use him
sometimes those
to
bullet
receive.
passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll work it across
Lamb is
midfield
dropping more
inside
passes
the
than
45.
enough.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. That catch good for only a couple. Even though he's a 4th rounder, I think he might have a chance to play and prove that, hey, I could have been taken higher in that draft.
And we've seen so many times now, guys who go lower in the draft, undrafted free agents that become big-time players, Pro Bowl players. So you never know. 4th-round pick has a chance to be a really good player.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To the air again, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete, right around the 8. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play, and facing a 2nd and long. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Back to throw again. That is caught. It's Perriman.
Nobody can cover.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts.
Nobody.
As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Going up top for Miller. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see them.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Kendall
even
Fuller. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5.
I was trying to throw the ball over the top and try to get yards after the catch.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, but now it's 3rd and goal. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Brashad Perriman there to make the grab. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. And what I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Now Pollard. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Eluding the... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again.
No protection on the right.
Timeout defensively.
No protection on the
so
left.
with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taken about 7 yards deep. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
Nah, he's hurt.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They'll throw again. Prescott. This to Jarwin. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And again, it's Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Prescott with a throw caught by Lamb. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
Can't run. Can't pass.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher for guys trying to get to the football.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
31-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback.
Man, I should have never re-signed that weak-ass 25. Number 25, man, that dude sucks.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football,
trying to stop him.
Runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got this one.
I can't get no protection.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not
he
before
back there
he
drinking
takes
coffee.
It inside the 40. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Got an open man, finds Gibson.
I swear it looked like he was out of bounds.
He's able to get the
and
first
then floated
here as
to
he's
the ball.
taken down at the 25. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Back now at FedEx Field.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the fourth.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Can't stop a damn nosebleed.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Now Pollard. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
How many passes can Jeremy Lamb drop in one freaking game?
That's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got
know.
thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
He recognized that. That's what it was.
Third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice
he
stop
dropped
they just
that
made
one
there
too.
behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they go for it on 4.
I gotta stop and look at it. I know it's on all Madden. I did that to myself, but I swear to God, I gotta stop and look at it. I just want to know how many passes they call drops. I got to. 2, 3, 4. I like it.
But this one is going to wind
It's
up
like
incomplete.
you want it to be tougher on you. But how the F do you win when it's like, oh, no, your players can't catch? Damn,
Try and
man.
start this drive in the air. That is caught inside the 5.
Contested
And he
catch.
doesn't quite make it.
Antonio
Taking
Gibson
it
went and
within
got
an
that.
eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
I got it.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Get that man a
Good
Hall of
chance
Fame
now to put
jacket
this
off the
game
tip
on
of the top.
ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal.
And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Punching it in from a yard away.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, and it's got him in the lead. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And Prescott, his 3rd interception.
So why doesn't make him jump no more?
Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Okay.
And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Why are we doing this?
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And some room to roam now. And he's taken down
they're dancing with them cats. Ain't nobody trying to get to the ball carry.
Washington on a pickup of 11. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game.
He actually was in the paint. He turned around in a full 360,
taking care of the football.
And then he put the shot up.
Your quarterback, hey, no time to be here.
That's not walking no more basketball.
Just eat up that clock, and if you have the ball, they can't score.
On second down now, it's Gibson. And he'll be brought down.
I'm watching
at
the
the
Pistons
21,
and the
just shy of the
Celtics,
20 in the red zone.
and dude Sabonis
Now the Cowboys going to burn the
was
first
in the
of their
post
timeouts
on the block.
as they stop it with 28
I have never
seconds
seen that
to
before in
go
my
in
life.
this football game. On third down, Gibson. He'll have a first down inside the 10. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So a victory here for the Washington football team.
And when you break it down, this
Game
was just
over.
a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one.
I don't know who this
think you
dude
felt the
Tyus
same way,
is.
based on our
He
conversation
just
after the
got finished
production
balling.
meeting. But obviously not the case.
Tonight, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out.
And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On the screen, this is Eckler. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. The tally there, -8 yards. Leads to 4th down as well. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. Seven yards, the pickup there. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Justin Jones there on the stop.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
So put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Throw left side complete. It's Lamb.
So
and he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
He turns around for the ball.
3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
I don't have no choice but to go for it.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Throwing right,
I hesitated.
And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down.
But he dropped so many passes on him. You can't rely on him.
They get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards, a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Give a damn.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again, Herbert. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete. Coverage on the play by Trayvon Diggs.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Herbert throwing again.
He's got all day.
He'll get this to Eckler. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That one good for
you know what? See if that helps.
13 and a Charger first.
If he can't get no pressure, I don't need him on the team, yo, for real.
Running on first down, Eckler.
I'm getting
frustrated,
he'll get about
man.
My players ain't
down
doing
in
nothing.
the 24.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Herbert operating from the red zone. And that is incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Herbert. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout and injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that, and wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
He don't want rebound. He don't want to play defense. He just want to shoot
three. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Now Pollard. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cowboys nothing.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
That might be my longest play this season.
25 on a play that started back at the 25. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Prescott from the gun. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I'm snapping this 4, 5. I hit the button 5 times.
Throw again on second
Shouldn't
down.
have to wait for the
Prescott.
defense. Where is it in the rule book that you have to wait for the defense to get set before you snap the
here
ball?
to the 31-yard line.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to
The
no
whole
benefit
time. I
at
saw
all.
the
Tackle behind the
mismatch.
line
I
of
had the
scrimmage for a
screen.
loss of yardage.
I should have changed the play.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Cooper's got him. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Oh, yeah. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
Desperate times call for desperate
Dak
measures.
Prescott, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he'll bang that one through. So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down. Let's go get it. Because nowadays, you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on your defense to hold them.
I think the quarterbacks want to eliminate field goals inside of 30 yards, probably.
Well, listen, they have enough confidence in themselves that they can call plays and make plays that they won't need those field goals inside the 30.
L.A. readies for its next possession.
And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter.
He under pressure
get
and
lower
threw
than those
a
guys
perfect
on offense
ball.
and find a way to roar through them or
My
around
defender
them
was
to get
coming
into the
right
face
at
of the
him.
passer.
Easier said than done.
I got somebody
though.
running at me
Easier
from
said
5
than
yards
done,
away.
but
And
they've
Dak
got to
finna
try
jump to
something because
Egypt.
right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
On 1st down, it's Herbert.
Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And that's into the hands of Eckler.
And he's got this down to the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
And now Herbert a little unsure of things, so he's going to go ahead and call a timeout.
As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Herbert on 1st down now. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To the air again, Herbert. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Herbert back to the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Fourth-round guy, and many thought that's about where he would go. But I think he's got some upside, right?
He can come right in and be what they call a core special teams player, play on all 4 phases of it, and have a chance to work his way into the lineup. I think a year or 2 down the road, they could have a solid starter.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Again, Herbert to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Out of the end zone. Brings up second and goal.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this week 3 matchup. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Again, it's Elliott. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The running game's starting to work a little bit.
10th carry now for Elliott.
Just as I say that.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
The Chargers' 36-yard line.
And he gets it down to the 32.
Complete to Michael Gallup. A
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he'll be close to a first down at the Charger 17. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper.
And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Wait, but this is the third game. Y'all know what I mean.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. They were able to stop him at the line on 1st down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination, and they got it done on the 2nd try.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. And right side, Henry's got it. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. He'll take it at the 42. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. Since emerging from the locker room at intermission, he's looked pretty sharp, hasn't he?
He's running in this 3rd quarter like he got the orange slices at the half.
Oh, yeah.
You remember when we were kids?
He got the orange slices, not the carrot stick.
Oh, boy.
There was always that mom, wasn't there?
There's always that mom. Wasn't yours, wasn't mine, all right? They brought the carrot sticks. But this guy, orange slices, and been reading the Surface tablet, watching the defenses, and he's made some nice adjustments.
2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this.
And
he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. This is Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 12-yard line. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
They go to Elliott again, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Cowboys will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns, but the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
This pass finds its way to Williams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Draw play. It's Eckler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
6-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Flushed out right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Give him 30 yards there.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the 2nd time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
Now Pollard. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Cowboys take over 1st and
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. They'll try to run some clock now with Elliott.
And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning.
This is unbelievable.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Prescott to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
4th down, Prescott. And that is incomplete.
I called the
Cowboys here
no,
unable to convert on 4th down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Threw the ball to Egypt
so
again.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Herbert and the Chargers.
Down 21-18. A minute 45 to play. He's going to let it fly. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Suck up on for the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
Uh-oh.
And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. It's a keeper with Prescott.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about write a finish to this one. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. And you know they enjoyed taking that knee because they're now going to be 1-2 instead of 0-3. And psychologically, that's a big difference early in the season.
It certainly is. It's a big barrier breaker because you get to 0-3, you're not thinking playoffs. At 1-2, you still believe that you're going to be a playoff team.
Yeah, you feel you got some hope on your side. 0-3, things start to look pretty bleak.
Well, you got to see me get my first win of the season.
This one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
You know, using franchise mode to find myself an offensive defense makes it a little tougher, but makes it a little fun.
Well, what we saw
but I have to admit, I get frustrated as hell when my players dropping the ball.
Ball security is paramount.
If I'm going to roll with this offense, I'm going to have to start moving people around.
I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
12-15, no interceptions
So for
this
the
game.
Cowboys,
Still ain't got no touchdown
they're
this
into the
season.
win column now as they move to 1-2 on
According
the
to
young
this jump,
season.
nobody dropped
They
a
will head
pass.
home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the chart.
Day. From AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Fielded near the back of the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
I thought for sure Brady would have been gone.
Brady now on first down.
That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Complete to Mike Evans.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10.
Backed up like that.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Elliott on first down, going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Prescott now. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively, because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10.
Just shy of midfield at the 48.
He'll set up to throw from the gun.
Evans has it left side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The numbers for Evans a week ago: 7 catches, 92 yards.
I like the performances he's put up throughout the year. That's the reason he's ranked number 9 in the league in receiving yards. And in a league that throws the ball around like crazy, number 9's a good number.
That's complete to Tyler Johnson.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also,
and the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
And this is going to be a Cowboys 1st down as he gets this up past the 30.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
Appreciate it,
Seemed like Dak certainly made the right read there to hand it off to Zeke.
When you have those two in the backfield, Dak Prescott at quarterback, Ezekiel Elliott at running back, you've got a symbiotic, synergistic relationship that puts a lot of defenses in a lot of stress.
I got to tell you, I've never heard synergistic before, but I guess that works, right?
It does on this game.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Hey, man, appreciate the love, man.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard.
Try and get it going one
and
more
brought
game.
Down, but not before they're inside the 25. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Prescott on 1st down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
Now here's Pollard. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bucs ready to take over once again. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They were victorious over the Chargers last week, and now they work with a lead again here as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Prescott. Cooper's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. It was the linebacker Devin White there to knock it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt.
Hey, we gonna do what we do.
I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. He sets up the screen to Jones. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. That last catch winds up costing him 3, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd and 13. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return. Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. They've got the lead. They haven't really had to utilize him all that much so far, but I guess if you're winning on the scoreboard, not too much to complain about.
Not at all, but you know those guys out wide, they want as many catches as they can possibly get. They may need him later on if things get a little tighter.
Yeah, so far 2 catches. We'll see what happens here as the game progresses. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Prescott, escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a 1st.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas 1st down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Eluding the pressure right. Dalton Schultz as the 1st half is winding down. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
The kicker on for the extra point.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. The final shot before half for Brady. And his throw is incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Now Pollard. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On first down, Elliott. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 more on that one and another first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 17. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's Pollard again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Dancing to his left. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. 0 turnovers in this game so far. The trend continues, but barely. Offense lucky that one went out of bounds.
Yeah, they're very fortunate because when a game's going along like this one and neither side has turned the ball over, sometimes that first one can really flip things to their advantage in this type of a game.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, The way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
And from the shotgun, he'll throw.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 33-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
Xavier Woods on the tackle.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man is Godwin. It's complete.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. From the gun, it's Brady. Incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
This is Johnson. He's got it. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Tyler Johnson.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And it's 17-7. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Now Pollard. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 30.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Prescott looks to throw on first. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, his second touchdown on the season. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. And it's up and good. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On second down now, it's Elliott, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Trying to run for it with Pollard, and he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run, the best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game. I want to take your role, partner, but up in the 4th quarter and going for it on 4th down and picking it up. How about that?
A big chance. That's why football is not for the faint of heart. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that's the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. A first down carry by Elliott. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, it would likely put an end to this thing. Again, it's Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open. I've been up for 22 straight hours. He's catching up with
So
me.
that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further. So 3rd and long. Elliott. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.